Guys, what's going on? I want to give you a quick review for Awaiting the Van Duren Story. This is a documentary that came out in 2018, but it's just now hitting disc. It's just getting a physical media release. So this is the DVD. It's a DVD only release, and this is from MVD in the United States. It's from Australian filmmakers. It's actually an interesting story because it's a musician and a band manager in Australia, in Sydney, and they discover Van Duren via, if you haven't heard of Van Duren, that's why this documentary exists. So they discover Van Duren and they're like, who is this? What is this album? And they have never made a movie before, so they decide to make a film and make a documentary about trying to find Van Duren. And it goes on this whole, it becomes something larger than that. So Van Duren was a 70s singer-songwriter. Sounds kind of like, it's oversimplifying it, but heavy Beatles influence, vocal stylings of kind of a McCartney sound, throw in Todd Rundgren. I'm even going to say throw in a little bit of that early Billy Joel stuff, which is a New York sound. This guy is Memphis, contemporary of the band Big Star. In fact, some of the members of Big Star actually played with him. Alex Chilton, Big Star. Okay, you guys know the song In the Streets, the opening of that 70s show. That's a Big Star song, but it's being covered by Cheap Trick in the opening of that 70s show. But that's Big Star. It's a very specific sound. It's Memphis power pop 70s ardent studios. Out of that comes Van Duren, and recorded an album, and it didn't really take off. It got some releases. It got a US release. It got a European release with a different cover. Didn't really go anywhere. That's 1978. A little bit later, a couple of years later, he gets an opportunity to make a second album, and it gets weird. The crew, the band, like a lot of the people responsible for making the album get involved in Scientology while they're making the album. Walks away from a lot. Walks away from his publishing rights. Walks away from the ownership of his songs. So when this documentary finds him, it's our Australian documentarians, first-time filmmakers, trying to find, getting in touch with Van Duren over the internet, and then trying to meet with him, trying to tell his story. Why haven't we heard of this guy? Why is Van Duren not a household name? And it's really, really well done. And they get an opportunity to talk to a lot of people. Probably the biggest name, they talked to some Big Star members. They also talked to Andrew Loog Oldham, who's Rolling Stones associate, played instruments on some of the Rolling Stones songs. Most famously, I don't know. The song, okay, you guys remember the Verve, Bittersweet Symphony? There's that symphonic sample that song is kind of wrapped around. That's an Andrew Loog Oldham song from the Rolling Stones songbook. So that's who we're talking about. Andrew Loog Oldham is here talking about Van Duren. But the narrative that kind of emerged is like, he had a shot, it didn't really work out, and then for the last 10 years when they find him, he's been playing at kind of a open mic nights, probably not. He's just been playing at a restaurant on Thursday. I think it's Thursday nights. Every Thursday night for like 10 years. And they go on a quest to see if they can find the tapes, find the original master tapes, get them back to Van Duren, get the rights issues settled. And it becomes this big, I won't ruin it for you, but I will say this. The documentary came out in 2018. Because of this documentary, in 2020, there were reissues of the two albums that are the subject of the documentary, the Van Duren's two classic albums. MP3 vinyl reissues, CD reissues, remastered as a result of this project. So it's really well done. And it's one of the complaints that I have about these documentaries a lot is that they don't have enough music by the person they're focusing on. I see it a lot because I guess music is expensive, right? I think that's the biggest reason we don't see more of it is music is just really expensive to include in a film project. This wall to wall Van Duren. I mean, it's just like song, 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 and they let it play too. So that's really cool. So I'll focus a little bit on the DVD here. So here's the disc. It's got this cool 16-page booklet that is hardbound. It's not hardbound. That's not the right word for it, but it's attached to the case. We have notes from the two documentarians. We have notes from the producers on the next page. We even have a note from Van Duren himself. talking about the project. It's pretty fantastic. My only issue here, and it's kind of a big one, the documentary is 79 minutes long, and it says it has 90 minutes of extras. The extended interview with, like, full interviews. They've talked to the filmmakers. For some reason, I can't access this on the DVD. Something's wrong, either with the encode, maybe it's just my copy. There's no scratches on my disc, but when I try to access the special features, it can't handle it. And even some of they'll play for 2 minutes and then they cut out. When I try to watch the trailer, it says that it's 13 hours long, and I'm like, well, something's wrong here. So your mileage may vary. I have a review copy. Maybe this was an early copy. I can't speak to that, but and it's my job to report on that. I have to do honest and accurate reporting. So I have not seen the special features because I couldn't watch them. But the documentary was really great. It really spoke to me. This is my kind of music. I have Big Star Records, and now I'm gonna have Van Duren Records because they're available right now and they sound better than ever. So, Waiting, the Van Duren story, just hitting DVD in the States, and I think it hits in Australia. I believe it's September 1st, 2022. Check out waiting dash vanduren.com. Yeah, here it is. It's right here. Check that. That's the website. Check that out, and that's everything you need to know about it. That's going to be my review for Waiting, the Van Duren story. I'm a fan. Guys, till next time, I'll catch you later.